So, for today's lecture, one more topic is different ways to study homeopathic mater medica. Now, what are the objectives of studying this topic specifically? One simple reason is that it is mentioned in your syllabus, and why it is mentioned in your syllabus. What are the objectives and for this topic? Now, if you understand this topic, you will able to give answers in the exam. This is a very important topic as far as exams are considered. So usually a long answer question for 10 marks will be asked on this topic. Then few short notes can be asked on the specific way of studying the mater medica. And lastly, it is important for orals. And academically, this different ways of study of mater medica is very important to have a clear foundation of homeopathic mater medica. It will guide you in the further study of homeopathic mater medica. And once you have this sound base of different ways of studying the remedies, it will also help you in application of this homeopathic mater medica to various patients, and you will become a successful homeopathic physician. And what happens is that when you start practicing number of controversies of homeopathic mater medica, we are confronted with the same information is given in the different books of mater medica, or it is a controversial. Then why these controversies occurs, what is the solution for these controversies? If you know that this different ways of study of homeopathic mater medica, you can find out the solution for it, and you will become a successful homeopathic physician. Now, before I start with this lecture, I would like to tell you a small story. That story is of an elephant and the 6 blind. Now, I have also mentioned the link. There is an animated story which is available on the YouTube. I have just seen in the morning. You also see this story. It is a very interesting story. I will again repeat it for yourself in a Hindi. So एक बार क्या होता है कि एक बहुत बड़ा राजा होता है, राजा के एक देश होता है, उस देश में कुछ लोग अंधे होते हैं, और फिर राजा उनको बोलता है कि अंधे लोगों की उसको परीक्षा लेने की रहती है. So he asked those blind persons to go and describe and understand what is the elephant, and accordingly all these 7 blind persons were exposed to an elephant. जब सात अंधे लोग, 6 अंधे लोग, story differs from person to person, but basically 5, 6, 7 blind persons were exposed to an elephant and they have been asked to describe. और उनको बताया जाता है कि अब तुमको बताना है कि ये जो हाथी है वो कैसा दिख रहा है, आपको कैसे समझ में आ रहा है. तो फिर उस जो 7 लोगों में से एक अंधा सबसे पहले जाता है. फिर वो अंधा रहता है, उसको कुछ दिखता नहीं. फिर वो जाके उसके पेट के ऊपर धड़क मारता है, और फिर धड़क मारने से उसको समझ में आता है कि उसको वो एक दीवार की तरह लगता है, और फिर वो दीवार की तरह लगने से उसको ऐसा लगता है कि उसने जो है वो एक दीवार को छुआ है, और फिर वो बाजू में चला जाता है. फिर दूसरा आदमी आता है, तो दूसरा आदमी जो है वो उसके पैरों से जाके टकराता है, और फिर वो पैरों को अच्छी तरह से समझता है, भापता है, और फिर वो बाद में बाजू को बोलता है, अरे ये तो एक ट्री है, ये तो एक पेड़ है. तो फिर वो भी बाजू को रह जाता है. फिर तीसरा एक आता है अंधा, और फिर वो जाके हाथी की जो दांत रहते हैं उससे जाके टकराता है. वो दांत को ठीक से अच्छी तरह से समझता है, और फिर बाजू को जाके बोलता, अरे ये तुमने क्या किया, तुमने मेरे हाथ में कुछ बड़े बड़े कीले जो है, बड़े बड़े आयन जैसे कीले हैं, वो क्यों थमा दिए है, मैं शायद डर गया हूँ. ऐसा करके वो भी बाजू को हो जाता है. फिर चौथा अंधा आता है, और फिर वो चौथा अंधा है वो उसके वो सूंड के ऊपर, हाथी की जो सूंड रहती है उसके ऊपर धड़कता है, और फिर वो जो उसके हाथ में आता है वो उसको ठीक से समझता है, और फिर बोलता है अरे ये क्या किया तुम लोगों ने, ये मेरे हाथ में तुमने ये सांप के जैसा कुछ अभी क्यों रख दिया है, ये सांप अगर काट जाए तो मैं मर जाऊंगा। और फिर वो चिल्ला के वहां से बाजू को हटता है। फिर एक पांचवा अंधा आता है, और फिर वो पांचवा अंधा जाके सीधी उसकी जो पूंछ रहती है वो पूंछ पकड़ता है, और पूंछ को अच्छी तरह से करने के बाद में उसको ऐसा लगता है कि अरे ये क्या आपने आपने मेरे हाथों में रोप थमा दिया है। तो दोस्तों ये सेम सिचुएशन जो है it happens to all the various homeopathic students who collides with the homeopathic मटर अमेरिका। छह अंधे सात अंधों के जैसे वो हाथी जो है वो लोग अलग अलग तरीके से अलग अलग पद्धति से समझते हैं और फिर कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं। एंड द सेम स्टोरी with homeopathic mater america, instead of elephant there is homeopathic mater america, instead of those blind men there are homeopathic students, there are homeopathic physicians, there are homeopathic learners, and the story ends at the equal end. And so what is the moral of this story? The moral of this story is that जो अंधे लोग रहते हैं वो अंधे लोग उनको जहाँ पर जो चीज जो है उनके हाथ में आ जाती है वो उसी को समझते हैं कि ये इस प्रकार का चीज है। So what we understand from this moral of the story is that they get a limited perception depending upon whatever part they have touched, and all finally gather together and discuss how is this elephant is looking। फिर उसके बाद में उनके कुछ झगड़े होते हैं, और फिर झगड़ों में से कुछ भी क्लैरिटी आती नहीं है, और फिर वो हाथी को समझना बाजू रह जाता है, और उन्हीं लोगों में आपसी झगड़े शुरू हो जाते हैं। और ऐसा ही कुछ होम्योपैथिक मटर अमेरिका के साथ में होता है जब कोई न्यू स्टूडेंट्स होम्योपैथिक मटर अमेरिका को समझने की कोशिश करता है तो। और द सेम थिंग इज been told by our masters that we receive, and and the same thing happens. Okay, some technical problems, and we were So because of all this story, now I will again repeat this. It might not come in the recording. That the story of homeopathic materia medica is just like the story of this elephant trying to understand the homeopathic materia medica, understanding the specific homeopathic drugs, and that is the reason why Dr. James Tyler Kent, a very stalwart in the field of homeopathy, who is well known for his philosophy, who is well known for his picture type of homeopathic materia medica, in the preface of his book Lectures on the Homeopathic Materia Medica, he says that there is no royal road to the study of homeopathic materia medica. Now, what is the meaning of royal road? Means a highway. There are bigger, smaller roads, and all these roads also leads to the clear understanding of a specific drug. And there is no royal road to the study of homeopathic materia medica. There are different ways. There are different roads to understand homeopathic materia medica. There is no royal road to the study of homeopathic materia medica. And what are the different roads are there? All these roads lead to the homeopathic. There is no royal road to the study of homeopathic materia medica, and whatever road you follow, it leads to the true understanding of homeopathic materia medica, and you have to collectively understood from all these different roads what exactly is a homeopathic materia medica. Whenever I'm saying using this word homeopathic materia medica, I'm using this with reference to a specific drug. So there is no specific royal road to the study of a specific medicine. There are different ways, and all these different ways also lead to the final destiny of understanding that specific drug. There is one saying in English that all roads lead to the Rome, and you don't have to worry. Whatever road you choose to travel, it will end in the Rome. Similarly, you don't worry about the royal road of study of homeopathic materia medica. Even though there are smaller roads, you continue with that journey. You will end in understanding homeopathic materia medica. You will understanding a specific drug. So accordingly, a question is very commonly asked if there are these different roads, these different ways of study of materia medica, which is the best way. Now, this question is very difficult to answer because I have just told you all these ways lead to the Rome. All these roads are taking to understanding of homeopathic materia medica, taking to the understanding of specific drugs mentioned in the homeopathic materia medica. So to conclude this question or to answer this question, which is the best way of studying homeopathic materia medica, is the answer is all the ways which I will mention in the next slides. They are best way to understand the homeopathic materia medica. All these ways are important. You have to go by all these ways. You have to study homeopathic materia medica in all these ways, and your understanding of homeopathic materia medica will be clear. So now, why this different ways are there? So we have in the initial slides we have understood why the different ways are there, or how it is difficult to understand homeopathic materia medica by a single way, and we have to choose the different roads, different pathways or you have to choose different ways of understanding the homeopathic materia medica. So why these different ways of homeopathic materia medica exist? There are four objectives: to get knowledge of homeopathic materia medica in a simple and comprehensive way. Another objective is to get a complete picture of drug pathogenesis, to remember the vast number of symptoms, and to study drug picture in a systematic way to apply it in a patient. Now, homeopathic materia medica is a very vast subject, and you have to understand it in a simple and comprehensive way. These are the you have to use these different ways of studying materia medica, and you have to get the complete picture of drug pathogenesis. If you follow a single method, you will get an incomplete picture. But if you follow all these different ways, you will get so to get complete picture of drug pathogenesis, you have to follow all this way. Otherwise, you will get a incomplete picture of drug pathogenesis. And third, to remember the vast number of symptoms. You all know the homeopathic materia medica is just like an ocean of symptoms, and you can't remember the symptoms of this materia medica. So to remember this vast number of symptoms, you have to follow these different ways, and to study a complete drug picture and to apply this drug picture in a patient, not in a single patient, but in a different patients suffering from different diseases, demanding different clinical requirements. It will be useful for all of you. So the best way, which is the best way to study homeopathic materia medica, the answer is very clear, that you have to follow the different ways, and we have studied what are the objectives of different ways. So I think tomorrow will be